Hello everyone. Alright, so this is Dennis from Fyendal Hobby. So we are going for our top 8 stream. It's going to be a top 4 stream. So we have finished our top 8. And with me it's Reeve.
Yo guys.
And Jose.
Hello.
Alright, so with the top 8 players, we have narrowed down the top 4. It will be Barry, Yinzhi, Charles, and Gordon. And most all of them are of a different deck. How I wish. And all the Star Wars have been
Eliminated.
Yeah.
Chia, boom.
Alright, so now we are going to cover the matchup between Yinzhi and Gordon. Alright, so currently they are still shuffling. So we will head over to their scenes now. Alright.
Alrighty, Viserai versus Yinzhi. So Gordon will presumably try to one-time kill him, while Yinzhi's gonna beat the crap out of him as much as he can. The weakness of Root is that there's no on hits, so it's literally just raw damage. It's just how much Gordon can tank before he drops it.
Alright, okay, so since they're still shuffling, okay, so let me do a small shameless plug. Okay, alright, so for our March Army events, in preparation for the Blitz skirmish, so we do have both online and in-person in-store Blitz. So if you're intending to grab some points, XPs, and time to play, please support us by playing in-store or online. Alright, so that's all for the shameless plug. Alright, so at the present moment, they are still... Oh, there's a friendly fist bump by both players.
Yeah, so that's good sportsmanship, boys and girls.
Yep. And Yinzhi has the higher seed, so he gets to choose to play or draw.
Alrighty, let's see what's going on.
And I would guess that Yinzhi starting first would actually want to start first. Is that
Yeah, just to make sure Viserai doesn't go first.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, okay, turn one moderate tide, become Dark Knight with the runes, you just stop them crack.
On the other hand, I may argue that if I attack first means that I let my opponent wash their hands away.
Yeah, but giving the I would say going first, if you generate rune chances Viserai, right, it's like 3 damage, unblockable damage turn 1. Because you're generating it without like giving your opponent any downside, and assembling your card very powerful in this game.
So what I've meant is actually I would still start first, but I may not attack that hard. Or rather, I may not attack, but to be honest, like as a Levia player, it feels really bad to just Arsenal pass and not few cards in your graveyard.
It depends on your hand, right? Sometimes you have no choice.
So what was his first? Okay, so let's.
Gordon's reading.
Alright, so that's a Dreadwood Rumbler.
Dreadwood Rumbler. Draw, discard a card. Discard card, 6 power, banish the card. Really? Is that it? Oh.
And we banish a card from your hand.
Yeah, if I was him, I'll just. He's trying to fill the graveyard, but the problem with Dreadwood Rumbler is if you hit a 6 power card, you have to banish it, so just filling 1 card. If I were Yinzhi, I would just roll Scabskin. If you miss, you whatever Arsenal pass. If you hit, then you get to beat the crowd of Gordon. Yeah.
That is true. I mean, for the first turn, rolling this Scabskin sounds like a good plan.
Blood incantation, making that cash money investment plan. Bam, Runeblight. This Runeblight incantation again. God damn.
Yeah, that's second Moonblood invocation.
Mad cash money. Prepare for the
and
retirement
like
plan.
what we've mentioned earlier on. And wait. That's a follow-up on
Read the runes.
Yeah.
God damn, you're supposed to read the investment plan before you go for the investment plan. But reading doesn't go again.
Earlier on, because Yinzhi attacks, so that's why he's able to actually wash additional cards from his hand.
So much damage to turn 1.
Yeah.
But now Yinzhi gets a 5 card hand. Beat him up, boy. Jiba boom, out of war. First of the power cards coming out.
Turn. No, that's the second turn, and it's the Art of War.
5 card hand. I've seen some crazy damage with these kind of turns. Let's see what you got. Yinzhi notably doesn't have a playmat. I might want to donate like a Soul Harvest playmat to him. He's kind of deserves it at this point. Yeah, he wasn't playing during the Monarch meta, so he missed all the cool Levia playmats.
Oh.
Yeah. And I have like 2 Levia playmats.
When he started playing FAB, he started with Levia, is that right?
Yes. I heard he won under 5 games in his first 2 months. No joke.
Won under 5 games?
Yeah.
Was it because it was the Blitz season?
No, because it's Levia and it's a very hard deck to play. Yeah. Jiba boom, Blood Rush Bellow, Out of War turn, double down that power. Just gonna speed run the end of the game. Usually I try to save it, but some Levia hands are awkward. You don't always get to save your power cards. Bam. Blocking for 5, 1 alert, pitch another, give him the third attack. Oh, nothing. Nothing, no blocks. Yeah. 2, 5, 5. Oh, blocking for 5. Alright, give it to him. End his career. Chippa boom.
Alright,
Ah,
so
is that
that's
it?
a blocking.
Boneyard Marauder
It's a full
for.
hand, but if you do look at the 4 cards that's in his hand, none of the cards actually does anything.
Yeah, no blue.
Helps to build the OTK turn. So if I were Gordon, I would have
Yeah,
also
just
been
block.
really happy to just block everything and
Yes.
take as little as possible.
Yes, banishing some crap. Alright, so 1 card in Blood Depth and the clock begins. You're coming for 8. 8 raw damage to the face. 32. 1/5 of his life total gone in an instant. When Gordon with no arsenal, he just passes,
He
makes
still
his money.
happily builds up
Yeah.
a total of 6 Runchan.
Yeah, making his money.
Yep, and he passes his turn after Yinzhi draws his hand.
Right, so Levia's goal is to apply part pressure every turn, so you might want to spread the power around. God knows what is in the arsenal.
Wow.
Blood Rush back to
That's
back!
Second Blood Rush battle, and it's a back-to-back Blood Rush battle.
Yes,
And he
the only
goes
thing
cards.
worse than a lady screaming angrily is her doing it again, you see. So, here comes another chain of attacks, claw for 5, blocking for...
Blocking for 6?
6.
Yeah.
No, is that
no,
skull
he's
cap?
blocking, sorry, yeah.
For
he's
5,
blocking
yeah,
for
get
five.
catching the
Skull
damage.
cap.
Yeah, doesn't really get punished because Brute Black's many on hits, the only real on hit is like say swing big. But no guarantee that Yinzhi will cast it this turn.
Alright, so he blocks for another 3, so
So block your
that's
Rattlebones,
two.
crap card. Boneyard Marauder again,
And
backbreaker.
Boneyard.
Oh, holding 2 cards, that's kind of unfortunate, but sometimes the hand just give it to you, right? Jibba boom, 3 cards, boom, cancels blood depth, Jibba boom, end his career. 2 blood depth, the clock is on. Yeah, blocking, yeah.
Yep, so
Wow.
that's 3
Casual
cards
fight.
down, and so
Yeah,
if
Gordon's
he keeps
like-
any of these cards, it's probably cards that's important for the game plan of either making rune chants, which is read the runes, or Sonata Arcanics, which he wants to arsenal it. And yep, I'm guessing that it's Sonata Arcanics that he would want to arsenal.
Yeah, you gotta hold those cards, right? Because they're like power cards, you kinda need them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Especially with the current meta, there's less people playing cards like CNC, Command and Conquer.
Ah,
so
yes.
these are the cards that used to affect cards in Arsenal, but because of prevalence of Starvo
Yeah.
and Crown of Seeds, so people start stopping playing those cards. Yeah,
Alright,
because it
Yinzhi I
doesn't
have
really affect.
a bit of a weird turn here. He only got 2 cards in his graveyard. So he might be a bit stuck here. But it depends. As long as you have like a pulping or
Well,
wall,
I would
right?
happily, if in that case, I would happily roll a
Scab
skin. If I fail on the Scab skin,
Is he not running Naurun?
no, he is not.
No, massive balls. Gotta respect that.
Alright, and he happily rolls a
2 action
4,
points.
which
Easy
is
game.
2 action point.
Eye of Ophidia.
So yeah,
Safe.
if
1
he's
top, 1
doing
bottom.
anything that allows him to draw and discard,
Shadows.
which a shadow does that.
Alright, so this card, Gordon's Reader, as if I haven't hit him with it enough. It says draw a card, discard a card. If discard a card 6 power, tutor your deck for a blood depth card and banish it.
Yeah.
Right, so I assume you opted the 6 power to the top, keeping it confirmed. Yeah, reading it twice, man. It says the same thing every time. It's a tutor that hits.
Right, discard the card at random.
Bam! Hits endless more, and there we go.
It's a 6 attack.
Yep, so potential options here are Ghostly Visit if he's efficient, but notably it doesn't cancel blood depth. So one, there's Howl from Beyond, and there is Deep Rooted Evil, which does cancel blood depth.
Right, so in this situation, I guess, I have 2 cards in hand. I could happily search for a Howl from Beyond, go for a larger, possibly larger attack.
Howl from Beyond is good when you're kind of gated on action points. Something notable is Yinzhi's hand currently, Cast of Shadows is cutting 6 power. The claws have go again.
Alright.
Yeah, so you could do something like pitch 2 claw, Ghostly Visit for 4.
Right.
Mad damage.
So the best case scenario sounds like he could have
Search for Deep
looked
Rooted
for
Evil.
a deep rooted evil or a ghostly visit.
The card says 6 damage. All the cards are the same. All the cards just say 6 damage.
Well, there is some conditions for deep root evil, so
Yeah.
you have to
Banish a card
Banish
before
a
you
card
can do
first
it.
before
Yeah,
you-
banish a 6 power card.
so it might not be the easiest. It's a banish a card, right? It's not
Yeah.
banish a 6 power.
No, but it's banish a 6 power card.
Or banish a 6 power
Yeah.
card. Yeah. So it's not the easiest to play it out, but no doubt, it's still good to search for it, tutor
It's
it,
inefficient,
and
but
play it immediately.
it's free, right? You can kind of see it like a weapon swing. because you just pitch for the effect.
And it does help, like after playing it does help to fill up your graveyard so that your
Yes.
next subsequent attack you have a 6 attack that can go
Yes.
into banished.
It's a good card for consistency as well, because say you're against a slower deck, a deck is blocking you out, trying to like fatigue you. You just every turn you just Jet Screamer 6, then you go again into Deep Root Evil. That's 12 damage every turn, so you just like destroy their hand over and over, and then you keep like fueling your graveyard for later turns. Alright, Art of War.
He follows up with Art of War. No pitch remaining.
Yeah,
Hopefully he
maybe
banishes.
stuck on reds. Yeah, banishes a red.
That's the Hungry Slaughter Base. Hungry Slaughter Base generally is not a red card.
No, he runs 3 reds I think.
Alright, Hungry
Yeah.
Slaughter Base.
2 for 7,
Yep,
can't ask for more.
that's true.
Yeah, it's like a tiny swing big.
Mm,
Yeah, probably hoping to draw some reds, trying to do some crazy power turn, flushing out his
Either
hand,
that-
digging for blood rushes.
or trying to draw blues because you can actually swing for Claw for 3.
Yeah, you can do like claw, Deep Root Evil, that's like casual 18 damage turn,
Alright.
no blood rush included.
So he pitches a
Oh, 2 reds. Yellow and red, Deep Root Evil. Unfortunate.
that's a Art of War that he pitched, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Running out of power
And
cards.
plus a Howl from Beyond.
Yep, alright. But I wouldn't disagree with the play. He has to keep pressure against the Viserai, right? The Viserai could go off at any point. And every card he casts and he draws, it cycles towards the Blood Rush Bellow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh, something notable. In my old build, I used to run Gorgonian Tomb. Yeah, the idea is that you can banish your own Gorgonian Tomb, but your opponent can't. So you get to get the imbalance effect. Yeah, and it makes your deck functional 59 card, which is important when you're taking for Blood Rush. Alrighty, Roo. Gordon has a decent hand. He might actually try to do something kinky here.
Alright, so
Oh wait, no, he's
goes
already
with
wow. Damn, this
a
thing goes
Dread
fast.
Screamer and it's a confirmed hit
Yes.
a goal game.
Easy.
So it depends on which card that he
Yes. Yeah, Out of War. Yeah, there's a Boneyard Marauder in there. He's safe. Yeah. Brute has the unfortunate how do you say perception of being the variance class, but with a skilled player like Yinzhi, he knows how to manage his graveyard well. Probably putting the Deep Rooted Evil in his graveyard to ensure that he always has the hit. As he continues to like beat the crowd of his opponent. It's a very fun dance with Levia, but it takes a long time to get there. Alright, so Gordon blocking for 4 with reduced Rune Chant.
Yep, so Reduced Moonshine is one of the best defense fraction card
Yes.
that a Viserai player could play.
Yes.
It costs 3,
Grappling Gun for 7.
negates any number of Frostbites in the meta.
Yes, it's just holding one card. I wonder if it's a power card or he just feels like he shouldn't push his luck with Scatskin. Try to cash in another claw attack for 3.
Well, do
Oof.
note that he does block with a Read the Runes, which highly telegraphs that he highly likely has another Read the Runes.
Yes.
For Gordon, yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
guessing he has a Read the Runes, yeah.
Yeah,
And there
man's
it is.
reading.
Alright, so
My god.
2 yellow Read the Runes,
Yeah, he's just having a lot of fun this game, I assume. He's like basically playing solitaire, right? Like, he's like, Gordon's just like a punching bag that's making rune chants
Yeah,
all of it. Like, it's just like
if you do note
going
that
off.
every of his turn actually he does at least a 2 attack
Yes.
per turn, yeah, which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
really
which is a goal.
devastating.
Yeah, something notable, Reeve, as you mentioned in the previous game. Like, this is what happens if a good Levia player gets his way, right? Like, Gordon never touched him, but he's managing his graveyard well.
Yep.
Yeah, somehow,
He has to
like,
hit the right cards in a way.
Yeah.
Yep.
And being able to attack twice every turn
Yeah,
is
hitting the power card over and over.
really a very powerful, explosive game.
Yeah, he's keeping his deck tight, running strictly 60 cards. It might not be true for Flesh and Blood because fatigue is a real loose condition in this game, but the way I see it for like decks with very specific power cards, say Viserai Sonata Arcanix and Levia with Blood Rush Battle, is every card you put above your 60 is one card away that you're putting from your power card. Yeah. So he's running a very strict, very clean 60 cards to ensure that you can keep the pressure on every turn. Nothing but good cards in his deck right now. Only guy said, ooh, throw the Gambler's Gloves.
He does miss it, but I think that's fine because
Yeah. Oh, he's putting the Out of War there to proxy the Gamblers. Don't do this in game, folks, but yeah, you can download that now. Yeah, it's functionally the same.
Functionally the same.
Alright, roll the second action point, easy game. Telling you, we have a saying in Singapore, real gamblers don't run Gamblers Gloves, but
No.
yeah, gamblers die pretty easily, so you know, he's doing the safe play here. Totally respect that. When Skull Crushers came out, I tell you, I just like had a frustration. I was like, why? I rather throw away my hat than throw away my gamblers first. Super strenuous card.
Right, so full ups with a graveling ground.
Oh, 7. So good. So much damage.
And potentially he could whack with a deep rooted evil
Yeah,
again.
trying to cash in the third action
For
point.
6.
Yeah, the third hit. Oh, so much damage, right? That was like a 5 card hand. How much damage is this? 19. Casual 19. Yeah, got it like begging for mercy. Like, Nauta, stop hitting me so hard.
Considering that he's blocking with very little cards, means that he is going to try to fire off the next turn.
Yeah, he's trying to hold his cards in his hand, right?
Yeah.
Probably like holding his armor just in case Levia plays a CNC.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yeah, cause he might be hitting Sonata now, so
Alright,
it'll be very
so
backbreaking. Yeah.
With the
Pitch
last
reckless
attack,
swing, deep rooted evil for 6.
yep, the deep rooted evil.
Alright, let's see if Gordon throws it down
Gordon
now.
would happily block with the
Skeletal
grass
with
and
grass.
Skeletal.
Yes.
4 take 2.
So he'll be taking
Yes.
2.
Yep, if the big turn's coming, Yinzhi can't probably can't afford to block. His like banish zone power is probably he's counting it right now. It's probably like double digit at this point. Gordon could do like 30 and he yep, here comes the big boy turn. Yep, seeing that he's clear from Command and Conquer, here it comes.
Alright.
Alrighty,
So he's taking 2. And possibly counting what he's going to do. I mean, I'm probably thinking of whether should he block another 2, another few damage, or should he keep the cards in his hand to go for even larger turn by pitching additional cards on the Sonata to give it additional cards to be drawn.
Argue for the past
And
15 minutes, Yinzhi has been playing a one-player game.
since we have seen that Gordon has played defense fraction, so and he only played out 1 defense fraction, so there is the same possibility that he might hit some defense fraction on his Sonata Arcanix, and which means that it will affect the number of attack action cards that he will get from the Sonata Arcanix.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright,
So
throwing
he
in
does
one
block
more
with
card.
a Become the Arc Knight.
Yeah, figuring he doesn't need it, probably overkill.
I mean, if I had that 2 additional life that I could spare, I might have done
Alright,
that.
here it comes.
Yep, so he plays a
Jibaku.
moderate type, sacks the
My
skeleton,
god.
goes for Sonata. I mean, if I had the Become Arc Knight, I could play the Become Arc Knight, not discarding anything,
Yeah.
and that makes additional 2 rune chance.
Yeah, Yinzhi actually forced him to go off. Actually, not really. He got a moderate type. He
Yeah.
can't hold cards.
So
So,
4 cards.
Yeah, takes 4 cards. That's pretty on rate.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
shoots him
that's
for 4. No arcane
fairly
barrier.
unfortunate that he only gets 4 cards.
I would say it's on rate. Like, is this about how big was it? 6, 12, 17. 17 plus Bloodsheath Skeletons. 7, 3 plus 11. Yeah, it's about there. It's not like the super high roll of drawing like 5 cards, but I would say it's on rate.
So the potential of like him holding on the Become like at least allows him to get a 2
1 more card.
get 1 more card,
Yeah, he can use the
possibly
blue
1
for
more
it
card.
and float something, right?
Yeah, and if he really wants to hold on to that Become Arclight after his Sonata, he could still search for a non-attraction card like Rattlebones and
Ooh.
Rattlebones on a Swarming Gloomview to go even bigger turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, ensure that Mongol again attacks.
Yep. So there are really many possibilities, and it's when you're in the hot seat, that's where the pressure comes in from your opponent.
Oh yeah, on the hot seat under camera as well.
Yep.
Yeah, makes it sweat.
To think clearly, to decide whether you should be blocking with that one last card, like over blocking for 1. Yep. Blocking for 7 when he's I think about 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe this is a quote from Mike Tyson. Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. Yeah. Yinzhi has been punching him in the face a lot, so I understand that the strain of like Levia's pressure is probably like acting on his
Yeah.
on his head. But I trust in Gordon to make the correct decision here.
Yeah. I mean, if you compare the previous game into previous game with Xiao Hong, he definitely didn't punch as hard as this current game. Yeah.
Yeah.
This current game, Yinzhi is just attacking twice every turn at least a 9.
Oh no, I think the
strong.
3 every turn. Easy. Yeah.
Yeah, almost a 3 every turn. It's really, really bad for Gordon. Yeah.
Yeah.
If he weaves with just 1 attack that turn, Gordon would be able to build up more potential
Yeah.
to actually kill Yinzhi.
Gordon's doing his like fair share of rocket science here. Yinzhi's been playing for like 15 minutes. Now time for Gordon to play for the next 10 minutes. So
Right. That's
alright.
true. That's true.
For Viserai, it's very important to get your sequencing correct because it does make the difference in 2 to 4 damage in the end. Which every point of damage matters in a game like Flesh and Blood, right? Most good games end with 1 life, 1 life.
Mm-hmm.
I've had games where I ended the game 1 life, 1 life, and my opponent and I both know that wasn't even close. He like destroyed me that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's battling for the inches here. Every point of damage matters, and he's doing the thinking now because you can't plan for Sonata. So he's gotta work with what he's got, which is like the 4 attacks that he managed to hit.
Right.
Okay, let's see. So he does have an Enlightened Strike. I think it's like 2 sources of go again. Is that right?
Alright, so we do see the knife blade.
Knife Blade,
Yep.
Enlightened Strike. That's 2 sources of go again. Not too bad, not great.
It's definitely not great because with just 2 sources of Go-Gate, it doesn't give it enough pressure, and especially with the Enlightened Strike, it doesn't create additional 2 rune chance from Viserai. Yeah.
And very notably, the Levia is actually surprisingly tanky. She has like you have to get through like 46 life because of the husk, right? Then after that, she still has a hand to block.
Well, I would say more than 46. You still have your scab skins.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's got cap,
yep,
and the
so-
hand. Dread
Alright,
Triptych.
Place a Dredge Triptych.
Free from the skeleton.
Well, if you place that, it means that he's going to use the boots to actually give it go again.
Alright, what pair of Gucci shoes is he wearing today? Is that
Sweet.
Sutcliffe?
Yep, Sutcliffe.
Yeah, Sutcliffe suede heights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, until recently actually, if you noticed, Flesh and Blood hasn't used the same ending word for most of the armor. I think only recently they broke it. So for example, there's only one Sway Heights that's like only recently have they broke it with 2 scalers, for example.
Okay.
Yeah, with Everfest. Yeah, so you could just use the word heights or I like to use Sway Heights because it just makes rune blades seem a lot more elegant. Alrighty,
Right. So
Oh my god, that's pumping 6 rune chance.
that's coming
Yeah,
for
2, 4,
17
6.
rune chance, which
With 6 at the
unlock.
back, right?
Right.
Dread Pitch. Yeah, making more because Arcane's definitely gonna hit, right?
Yep.
Yeah, even if Arcane Barrier, you can't really block
Yinzhi
as well.
doesn't have that. As in, or more so because Yinzhi doesn't have any of the arcane barrier.
Yeah, Yinzhi block your skull cap to block the breakpoint of 4 from Dread Pitch hits for 4, right?
Yes.
Yeah, to prevent the on hit from Dread Pitch, making Gordon farm for more rune chance. Goodness
Yep.
gracious.
Right. So
Yeah, it's not like he's gonna get to lower life anyways. I'm pretty sure Gordon's like hanging by the ropes here.
Yep.
Alright, yeah, Yinzhi can probably block with maybe like another card from hand at most comfortably because he still needs to cancel his own blood then.
Yes, that's right. And with the block itself, he would have enough cards in his graveyard to actually safely negate off the blood debt.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And now Gordon is trying to decide whether to use up the Enlightened Strike to give it a go again to make it a wider attack, or probably a knife blade
Yeah.
and end his turn. And hopefully, if there is a Ratables, that would be really great.
He can hardcast Knife Blade here because of how many rune chance the Dread managed to make out with the Moderate type. So he doesn't have to like begin with it as an attack. Oh, pitching the Knife Blade actually.
Alright,
I figure you can't make it. No blue? I don't think he picked up a blue, yeah? Maybe if he held to become Dark Knight. Yeah.
Yep,
It might have made a difference. Or he could become Dark Knight, then cast Rattle Bones to recast the Knife Blade. That would have been super sick actually.
Yes, that would
Wow,
have
That would be
been
disgusting.
really disgusting.
Whoa, that's gross actually. What the fuck? That would be like plus 4 damage.
Well, but that was also considering you have to discard one additional card.
Yeah, just discard the Knife Blade.
Or rather, you could discard the knife blade, or you could.
Then you
discard-
cast the Knife Blade. Yeah, easy money.
Alright, so he's coming in for Enlightened Strike for
Jiba boom.
5 go again.
Yeah, probably trying to
6
cash in the
arcane.
Rosetta damage. Yeah.
Yep, and he's going to follow up with the Rosetta Ton, and he's happily blocking with his Kiran Pass.
Yeah, cash out that damage. Whoa, and Yinzhi survives.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
that's 17 plus 6 plus 4.
Live enough for me, around like 13, right?
Yeah, 27. So
Yeah, around
he's still
13.
at a very healthy life.
Alright, beatdown coming up. Still got 3 card hand, 1 card in arsenal. Give it to him. Still holding on to Scout Skins. The armor discipline is very important. One of the things that newer players in Flesh and Blood need to learn is to save your armor until your opponent presents on hits. Yeah, there's no reason to block your armor early or later.
Early.
Yeah, the life is there anyways, right?
Yeah. So if you do notice that the more veteran players would often save their armor towards the end of the match, or they'll use their armor to actually block the on-hit effects.
Yeah.
So for general matchups, there's when there's no on-hit effects, the armor would usually be used later on.
Yes, for Brute there isn't much, it's only really swing big if you think about it. But there's also Command and Conquer, right? It's
Possible
generic.
command conquers, which
Yeah.
people
Ooh, Gordon's saving a card in Arsenal, he's trying to ensure that the follow-up attack can happen. The power of Viserai is his flexibility, right? He's not strictly OTK.
Alright, so he attempts to play a reduced to Chan,
Yeah, but
which he has to pitch for reduced to
oh,
Chan.
that's so sad.
That's where this issue comes into play, because he has attacked with his Rosetta Thorn,
Cashing in the
so
damage.
he no longer has any rune chance, so he can't do it. So that's why they are reverting back and considering what's the best line of play.
Not everything in world is free, right? Like you gotta cash in the 2-2, you gotta full just at the back, especially if you got these
Most
ones
of the
back.
time it is, but with zero chance, Gordon has to find a way to actually try to attack, gain back the tempo again.
Yeah, and I guess Levia's pretty hard because, you know, a lot of damage coming in. Alrighty, Roo.
For Viserai, if they didn't go the OTK route, this is very hard to end the game.
Alright, I mean, what you mentioned, like, you mean that if he's going the OPK route,
You still have to kill that turn. So the
he's
moment-
supposed to kill
Yeah,
that.
that's the reason
the
I call it
moment
OTK.
you don't kill that turn and your opponent, you give an opponent another turn,
Mm-hmm.
that's where the issue comes in. Because
Yeah.
you are already taking damage. And you are technically not enough.
Right.
And then you're going to take cards off your hand. And you're
Yeah.
going to attack back.
Yeah, Viserai's one of those decks that they really need their entire hand. Maybe their 4 card hands are playable, but their 3 card hands and 2 card hands are very pathetic. Especially their 1 card hands. Like, what are you going to do? Rosetta?
Well, like, if it's a 3 card hand, it's still possible if they
pitch
have rune
3
chance.
Marvelous
But
guys into attack
like,
into.
considering Gordon currently doesn't have any rune chance, so it might really take a toll.
And you already know Gordon has 1 D right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That he has to pay for, right?
Reduce the rune chance, and that means that he's losing 2 cards to block for 4.
Oh,
Yeah, which is really bad. Yeah, so he's just blocking for 1 at the present moment, and he's
Yeah.
thinking of what card to pitch.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
having played Gordon enough, he is definitely respecting Reckless Swing here. He can't go too low. Yeah, the sudden death can happen anytime.
That's right. Yes, yep, so he's really considering what card to pitch away for the reduced rune chance.
Yeah, because it's not like he can take the damage, right? He's in no position to be just randomly taking damage here.
Well, like seeing that opponent has really taken 27, left with 13. Without any rune chance, I really highly doubt that it's actually impossible to deal 13 damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know, I've seen some bullshit, man. Pitch.
Well, you need to keep the 4 card hand, or rather a 5 card hand. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta take your whole hand. I think he's really got a defense reaction, right? That kind of blows in 5
Yep.
hands.
Like yeah.
Alright, boys, tell us at home, leave us in the comments, right? How can you make 13 damage with Viserai with a 4 card hand?
5 card hand. 5 card hand. He has 1 card in arsenal.
No, we're not counting the release room chance.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Moderate tide.
And with the reduced rune chance, it also means that it only pitches for 1.
It's actually possible, right? Say moderate tide into like into Rattle Boom turn, like something. Morphin Skies.
You do need Morphin Skies.
Say something like Morphin Skies into Pitch Tree, Spellblade Assault, into Rattle Bones, recasting Swarming Gloom Veil, into Rosetta Swarm.
It's very resource intensive, so it might not be possible.
Morphin Skies, Spellblade Assault. Oh no, that because he doesn't have any rune chance now.
And also the reason why Gordon did ask into how many blood that cards means that he's trying to see if there's any possible way for him to turn on Yinzi's blood debt and let him sleep and fall.
Yes. It's not sleep and fall, it's more like self-destruct.
Yeah, self-destruct on his own blood debt, which might be possible.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
but
it's
it's
lethal
not
at this
that
point.
easy.
Yeah. I think Yinzhi barely has like 9-10, so technically he survives it. I have personally won games where pitching.
Gordon pitches the read the runes, which is a
Oh.
key card if he wants to continue on to win the match.
Yeah.
Like, he needs to build up his rune chart.
It's one of the better one-card hands that Viserai has, right?
Alright.
Because it allows him to settle for future turns.
So Yinzhi comes in with another grappling ground.
Brutal! 7 damage. The hard number 2, right? 7 is like one of those like hard numbers that's hard to block with flesh and blood. The number being 4, 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and 1 I guess from Kodachi.
Right, because most of the cards in Flesh and Blood
Block for
people try to block for 3. If it's a defense reaction, it usually blocks for 4.
Fantastic 3 card hand.
And if it's non-attack action, generally it blocks for 2. Yeah.
My god.
Right.
Oof. Chip
So
2. Oof.
he blocks with another moderate type.
Oh.
So effectively he's time walk himself.
Yes. Time walk a turn for magic.
Alright.
Passing the turn.
Yeah. So I mean in that present block, I'm not too sure of the life total, but it feels like if possible I would still keep the read the runes and block with the moderate type. I mean I can get why he kept the moderate type because he wanted to probably the arsenal, I would guess that would be another Sonata.
Convulsions? Oh, he's going for the dominate play?
Yes, he's going for a dominate play, which means
Oh
that
my god,
there
he's
is
reading
a
a card.
possibility
Oh
that
no.
it will probably kill him.
Gordon's on his death bed and Lady Death is sitting right beside him. Banishing 3 cards. But if he misses the banish, he does not gain the dominate.
Right.
This card sucks
But
when you're behind.
I think he does have enough cards, 6 power cards. Yep,
Bam.
and he does hit a deep rooted evil. So
Pitch.
it gives it a +1 go again
And cast the Deep Evil. 7 dominate.
and 7 dominate.
Defense reactions about it? Anything left?
Alright,
And that's game.
And that explains why he chooses
My
to block
God.
with all 4 cards. Yep. And with that, Yinzhi wins this match, and we will be back soon with the semis. Alright, let's just take a look if they are still playing. If they are not, we will actually be streaming the finals. Alright, so stay back, look at the video. Alright, still remember to subscribe to our channel if possible. Yep.